Welcome back, guys, to your Kentucky X-Files.
Shanana! Shanana!
Was that?
My bird joined Guns N' Roses.
I was just about to say that.
I'm writing an entire biography of what this bird is up to, and he leads a very, very exciting life.
We should just re-record Appetite for Destruction, note for note, except for all the vocals are bird calls.
Bird calls.
Yep.
You know what? It might still sound good.
I mean, Slash is still there, right?
Hey, there's my wife. You want to say hi to the fans? She doesn't want to say hi. That's not nice. So what's going on, fellas? Here we are, Friday night.
Friday night.
Friday
Feeling
night.
all right?
Feeling all right. Everybody feeling good?
Yeah.
I just might.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, yeah, it's been good, going good. So, yeah.
Good. It's real good.
Yeah.
It's real good.
I feel like I'm being called upon because I have some stuff.
No, it's just,
Yeah. Let's
No-
just keep
no big
just
deal.
stretch it out.
We
Stretch
could
it out.
totally just keep the dead space in the air for
Yeah.
Ah!
Oh, he came back.
There he was.
Yeah. But yeah, I just saw this pop up on my computer here.
Yeah.
Apparently, apparently NASA, I think they said in October,
Yeah.
they've so what did I say
What?
something? Oh. They saw the brightest gamma ray burst ever.
It's pretty bright. See how much it brightened my room up?
Dang.
Dude. Yeah, I'm looking at it too.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can share this with the folks so they can get a look too. But keep going. I'll work on it.
Or don't.
Or we just die on the spot, I guess.
Sorry, I was reading something. My bad. But yeah, they said that they thought it came from the Milky Way, but after careful analysis, if you will, I don't know if I'm using.
I will.
If that's what. They said that it actually came 2 billion light years away. They said that the actual like energy that would have to cause that to get to basically it's for us to see it.
Yeah.
Would have been three of our suns equivalent to three of our suns energy wise, and they said something along the lines of it could have been caused by a black hole being formed.
No kidding. Didn't you? What did you say earlier? It takes multiple suns to create this kind of.
The energy that was basically to see. I guess to see this that they were saying.
Yeah.
Was three of our suns equivalent to the energy of our sun.
Wow.
That our sun produces.
Yeah, it says gamma rays resemble those of bursts produced by the collapse of massive stars. Just imagine how long ago this happened. You know what I mean? This happened so long ago, and we just now saw it. Oh, that's cool. I think that's badass.
Oh yeah, that was the reason. Cause they said at first they thought it was from the Milky Way, but if it was from the Milky Way, we would have been able to see it with our naked eye.
Yeah.
But that was why they did a little bit more research on it, and they found out that it was 2 billion light years away.
I see what you
mean.
Man,
the news is just absolutely full of news that changes the way we see the world. Didn't I sent you guys a link that's actually from a guest that's going to be on the show coming up soon about how they think that the Big Bang wasn't actually the beginning of the universe, but it was the end of the previous.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, I
Okay.
remember
Yeah.
that. Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Let me go. Let me find that link. I'll pull it up too.
Throw it in Discord if you don't mind.
Yeah. Give me a second. I'll find it. Very very cool. So I have a interesting prehistoric theory. I can't take can't take credit for it, but I'll throw it at you guys after we get done looking at this. And I have to do a little shout out to it. Where the hell is this link? It is way far back there. We talk to each other like a lot.
Right.
Like we're friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I've got some interesting news. I
Thought he
like
was
this.
about to. I thought he was about to say, "I'm your friend." I thought.
While Denny's hunting for that, I've got some interesting. I guess this would be archaeology news. I'll get the link here, and I'll send it right over here to our chat on Discord. And apparently, this is the first time ever Tutankhamun's face has been revealed.
What?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So
Why does he look like Elon Musk?
let's see if I can
Thanks
pull
for
this
that.
up.
I'm sorry, he does.
All right. So there is that him? That's
That's old Tuck
no kidding.
or Tut. Yeah, King
King
Tut.
King Tut. That's like the most famous, like all growing up, out of all the pharaohs, it was like
Yeah.
everybody knew who King Tut was.
Yep. That's pretty wild stuff, man. I love when they do the reconstruction from skull scans.
Yeah.
I just think that's the coolest shit ever.
Did you guys see the one? It was a meme that was floating around where it was the megalodon teeth, and they memed it to where it was basically a normal sized great white with gigantic Botox lips.
No, I didn't see that one.
Fantastic. I swear, like, people are. There's some heroes out there. Bless their hearts. I can't. I know I saw this link, but I literally can't find it.
Damn,
Does
Tyler's right.
I feel like the nose is a little different, but he kind of has the same
I think
facial
it's
structure.
I think it's the spacing of the eyes
Yeah,
that really sets it.
Yeah, the last link I can find is the AI thing.
Yeah.
Was it after that or before? Oh no, I found it. Okay, found
I
it.
guess it was. I
Here we
guess it
go.
was before.
Let's see here. So, I got a button set to where I can turn this on for the folks now. We're getting better, evolving. So check this out.
Evolving.
So Roger Penrose, an
Yeah.
alternate theory of the Big Bang, and here comes a link for you guys. Boop, beep boop beep, beep boop beep boop, beep boop boop.
That would if he's right,
No.
that changes everything. You know?
Yeah.
That's it's hard to fathom like what the universe would have been like before that.
Right. You want to take everybody through it who hasn't read it?
Yeah. Let me get it pulled up here.
And I can leave the link up here where people can see where we saw it at.
Let's see. I got to paraphrase so I don't want to, read everything verbatim here
Yeah.
because it's a lot. It's a lot to take in. When I read it, it was like, 5:40 in the morning.
Yeah.
So try absorbing that at that time. So basically, there's some physicists that don't believe that 13.7 billion years is enough for the highly complex superclusters and structures and to have done what they had to do.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm being absolutely bombarded with ads.
Yeah, this website's full of them.
Yeah, I think that's how they make their money. Um, let's see here. They were using the cosmic microwave background radiation. Um, I guess that's what they were measuring. Uh, and they think that because of what they were measuring there, that the 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 Big Bang was the end of the previous aeon. Am I saying that right? Aeon,
Yeah.
Eon.
aeon,
Yeah.
aeon. Yeah.
Yeah.
In the simplest term. Okay, I'm going to read this verbatim from futurism.com. In the simplest possible terms, Sir Roger Penrose believes that our universe is not the first, nor will it be the last, to spawn from the dense mass of highly ordered everything into complex universe we see around us. The current Big Bang model, which is partially grounded in inflation, doesn't supply reason as to why low entropy, highly ordered state existed at the birth of our universe. That is, apparently you can get charboiled double deals at Hardee's because an ad just popped right up in front of this.
I always knew.
Oh, Penrose, get us some Arby's or Hardee's. Okay, that is unless things were set in motion long before the Big Bang actually occurred. In Penrose's theory, our universe has and will again return to a slow state of entropy as it approaches its final days of expanding into eventual nothingness, leaving behind a cold, dark, featureless abyss.
That's very bleak. It's very
It's
bleak, very,
terrible.
very depressing.
What's more terrifying is to think about anybody that existed in the previous aeon or aeon.
Yeah. They're just gone. They're just long gone.
Right.
That sucks. What do you think, though? I mean, how likely is this? Yeah.
I believe it's well above my education.
Yeah, I guess you would say it's a grounded theory, but no matter what, like even the Big Bang was a theory in itself. So
Yeah.
whatever, like he's using what he knows up so far. Like everybody's theories, like are always up for grabs to be changed
Yeah.
because of knowledge that is learned nowadays. So you even said that some scientists might have learned new, like basically crushed previous scientists' theories, but
Yep.
they sit on them until basically that scientist pass away because they don't want to destroy their credibility. Because no matter what, like they show, like I want to say trust or I can't like respect.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then
No.
because they did the research and they from what they have then they are like in a way they are right in their theory.
Yeah.
So they don't want to destroy that person's credibility just
See,
because they came up.
that's legit. That is something that actually does happen where scientific discoveries that do threaten the foundations of previous discoveries, whether they're real or not, are usually withheld out of respect, and it's given time uh, for either that person to pass away or what, and then it's usually released. You know, it's pretty wild. But yeah, I've actually been able to like get a kind of a nod of confirmation on that is a real, it's pretty fucking wild, man. I mean, it makes sense to me. Like these guys are colleagues and they respect each other, and they
Mhm.
don't seem like the kind of business that's out to really destroy each other financially, or prove each other wrong, on out of spite, I guess. So
Mhm.
yeah, I don't know. It's pretty wild. Do you guys want to? Do you want to hear this prehistoric theory?
Sure.
Okay,
Yeah.
so real quick, I got to I got to shout out this dude I worked with named Adam. He came up with this, and he hit me with it, and I was like, okay, okay, Adam, okay. Okay, Adam.
Okay.
So, North America has been missing a type of animal for a long, long time, right? And that's horses, right? The last horse we had was the Equus, and it went extinct a long ass time ago. I could probably find out real quick and get you guys exacts here. The Equus was a type of horse, and you'd probably think of it like a zebra, right? So, something similar to like a zebra, and it has them here, but it's the youngest remains found in China, going back to about. Nope, that's not what I thought it was. Okay. Trying to find you guys the date, how long they've been gone. It's been a good minute. Where is it at here? Okay. Domestication of horses comes from Ukraine and Kazakhstan, dating around 4000 BC. Right. We don't actually know if there was any Equus around that time because Equus were in North America, but we do know that they were long gone by the time humans were walking around here and stuff like, mammoths and all that shit. Equus were long gone. So, Adam proposed to me that what if another species had stepped up to take the place that the horse holds in nature, but they're from a different family. Hence, the antler horse, the moose, the biggest, the baddest, basically the god tier deer, right?
Yeah.
This is the biggest deer. This is the son of a bitch that's like, hey, grizzly bear, come over here so I can slap your face.
Yeah, that's exactly what they do too.
Yeah. I was watching videos. I didn't even know this was a thing. I was literally watching videos of bears being chased by moose.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like,
Yeah,
dude, this moose is psycho.
there's a really good one of a mother moose and the baby. I guess is it a foal
I guess.
or a
I don't know.
fawn? I'm not sure what they are. Um,
Doesn't
they were
fawn
at the
just doesn't
waters
seem like
big enough.
like badass enough for their babies. I think they should call
Right.
their babies Rambos. You know what I mean?
Right.
Look, there's a mama moose and her little Rambos.
With the mother and the child are at the water's edge, and this big like Kodiak brown bear
Yeah,
it kind of lunges at the baby.
yeah.
Mama Moose chases this thing all the way around this resort and is like stomping at it, and the bear's running. A freaking Kodiak is running away from a moose. That's a hell of a critter.
Yeah, that's when he started throwing this at me, okay, and he's cracking up because he's actually like he was getting into this, right? He was like, "Dude, I think I have a real theory here," and I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "I'm not saying that moose." We had a long debate about that too. Are horses? He's like, "I'm just saying that they stepped in to fill that missing." You know how like every animal kind of occupies a spot in an ecosystem, right? So we started doing some comparison, right? All right. Horses. Average horse weighs 600, 1,200 pounds. Average moose weighs 600 to 1,500 pounds, and sometimes even bigger than that. The average moose stands about 7 foot. The tallest horse ever measured was just barely over 7 foot. All right.
It's even Clydesdales, like
Yeah,
the biggest,
moose
big horse.
like they're no joke here. I'm gonna bring up another little link
As the
here.
study-
Whoop. I'm gonna bring up a little link here for people to see, and I'll send it to you guys too. 1 second.
I just
here.
think moose are like a crossbreed of a horse and a
That's the moose next
camel.
to the Megaloceros. So
Ah.
you can see that the moose isn't all that, not that much difference in size, really. Right? Now, here's the part that you guys, I've been so excited to bring this up to you guys because I just wanted to get your reactions. Okay. Not only do the Canadian Mounties have moose that they ride, but the moose are actually very skilled at locating drugs and smelling for bombs. Yeah, you weren't expecting that, were you?
No.
No, not at all.
Right?
Not even the slightest.
Yeah, so we had this whole joke where it was like they pull a car over. Hold on, bring the moose up.
Did they put like the red and whites on the antlers?
Yeah, that's what we were like. Do you bring the moose and do you ride it there or do you bring it? Like how does this work? So turns out that taming a moose and getting it able to ride is actually extremely hard, and nobody recommends it. Even people who do it don't recommend riding a moose. They're like they're not exactly like keen to it. You know what I mean?
Right.
So very cool. I promised I would tell Adam's theory that the moose maybe stepped up in North America to fill that that missing piece of our ecology over here, that missing horse, the antler horse.
Like, I'm a little ignorant on this. So
Yeah.
every single horse that lives in North America right now,
Yeah.
is
Brought here by the Spanish.
so none of them so we do not have.
Yep.
Actually,
Contrary to popular belief, the Native Americans only had horses in their culture for about 100 and maybe 30 years. 130, 150, I'd say, be on the safe side. Yeah. They were to be honest, at first, when the Spanish first started bringing the Mustangs over, Native Americans were actually forbidden under penalty of death to even attempt to ride one. So, yeah, horses were a big deal back then. Yeah. There was a big debate on what was the first horse, and what was it? North America's first horse, and the argument was something along the lines of, well, North America doesn't really have its own horse. Its horse went extinct. And it's like, well, how do you explain the Spanish? How do you explain the Spanish Mustang? Well,
it's Spanish.
Spanish, yeah.
It says it in the name.
Yeah. Came from the same place the rice did. Spanish rice, Spanish Mustang, same country. Yeah. So,
I don't see your argument.
yeah, that's pretty much how it goes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I thought I'd throw that at you guys. I thought it'd be funny. I was cracking up when I found out that they actually have moose that can sniff out cocaine and drugs and vehicles and
Bombs.
dude. I'm like, dude, there's a bomb moose.
I can just say, like, hey, can you get the bomb sniffing moose over here? We have a suspicious package. Okay, thank you, A.
Was that your Canadian?
Yeah, that A.
Yeah.
You just throw A's in there.
I don't know. See, I don't know if that's true. If
I'm
there's
just saying, like,
anybody out
everybody's
there from Canada listening, could you help us out with this? Because
yeah, in the Canadian Canary A's. Okay,
see, I
shut
don't
up.
like.
Let's
Yeah,
shut
that
up.
one just went way out of there.
Yeah.
So,
I'm
yeah.
just like, it's like the perception. Like, everybody that we've ever talked to that is not from Kentucky always said, like, oh, you got a like really thick accent. Really, like, oh, I like, wow.
What
I'm
accent?
like, what accent?
What accent?
What are you talking about? I don't even hear it at all in
Right.
anybody from Kentucky.
Yeah. So we got earlier we got on the subject of the moose, right? And then me and him started talking about bears, right? And he was so pissed because he's like he loves bears, right? And it wasn't the fact that the moose, kind of can contend with a bear. It was more along the lines that there was some show he watched where they were saying that a lion could kill a grizzly bear. And he's like, dude, that's bullshit. There's no way a lion's killing a grizzly bear. Then we started looking it up. Not only does a grizzly bear have like literally twice the bite force of a lion, but he's so much more built for fighting. The lion is like ambush. The bear is literally like bring
stand
it
your ground.
on. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah,
Come
the
on, sex machine.
lions
Yeah.
bite force aren't that high. Actually, hyenas aren't they the highest bite force of a land dwelling animal?
I believe so. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Hyenas are pretty wild.
Yeah, like
Wait,
lions and stuff, like when they only fight like if they think they're gonna win, you know?
Yeah,
If it starts getting ugly, they'll separate themselves.
yeah. They're like, I'm gonna head out of here. Just
Right.
pretty
let's
wild.
just like calls a truce.
I'm like trying like hell to find this whole Canadian mounted police on a moose thing. And I'm sorry, buddy, but I think I'm gonna have to call BS on that one.
But I had a like, well, with the bear and the tiger. So like just because the brute strength of a bear, that's what you guys are going off of. But couldn't you think that a tiger
Must be in
could?
Wyoming.
Yeah, because you never because it's
Damn
not
Wyoming.
real. But I feel like a tiger could hold its own. I love bears more, but
Well,
I don't want to be biased.
a tiger would absolutely slap the living shit out of a lion. As far as the big cats go, the lion's not the king of the jungle, you know?
Yeah. I don't know.
What
I
about a
think it's,
liger?
see, I think the liger might. I feel like
You
the
think
liger
it?
might. He might actually have a chance here. I'm actually sending you pictures of a guy setting up the moose with tack.
Is that a draft moose?
I believe so.
Because that's draft tack. That's not riding tack.
So
That's
what I guess I was
insane.
gonna say, what I was reading was is that their pulling power is insane.
I would believe so. Yeah.
Like they can, they can do all kinds of shit.
So what you're saying is when the world, like when the zombie apocalypse happens, we're going to be all on mooses.
I don't know. Who knows,
I
man?
think that
It could be an elaborate hoax. You
I
know what I
want to
mean?
say, I just want to do that. Like I say, like my mount would totally be a bear. I'll raise it up from a little cub, and I'm
Uh,
going to be riding this fucking bear everywhere.
right?
And they'd be like,
So
"Just don't mess with that guy. He rides a bear."
I think that the draft moose is a real thing.
I love how you guys
Is it?
just walked over that.
Let's see. Look at that. That is not where I'd want to be sitting, though.
No,
You're right
that's
in the poop zone.
and
that's
the kick zone.
yeah. Look at where his legs are in those stirrups. His
Yeah.
legs are spread apart, so if it kicked back, it's
Uh,
going right to the mulberry bush.
This is news for me. That's
it's
I mean,
insane,
I
right?
love moose. Moose are awesome. They're just so beautiful. They're huge.
It's
Did
so
you see that
crazy.
video I sent over of the one walking down the highway?
Yeah, dude.
Did you notice that it's been ate up by wolves, right?
Yeah, it's like whatever.
It's just, yeah, whatever. A
Yeah,
wolf bit me.
that was Tuesday.
Yeah.
He was like, yeah, I was in the middle of slapping the fuck out of this grizzly bear, and these wolves showed up, and I had to kick their ass.
Mm.
Some fucking goose flew into me and pecked my eyeball, so I'm blind in one eye and I can't see out of the other. So I'm basically going off of just what my antlers can feel, and that is death.
Right. There's a reason why they called Teddy Roosevelt the bull moose, you know?
Yeah. So I got a question. More, it's kind of a theory, but it's a question. I think you guys will dig this. I'd love to hear your answers. So this got me thinking. This whole thing, I love prehistory. You guys know that about me. Like I'm
Right.
super into prehistoric beasts. Not necessarily just dinosaurs. I know a lot of the fans made comments about different dinosaur stuff to check out. Yeah, dinosaurs are cool, but I do love the megafauna. The megafauna, all of the giant animals that roam the earth, amazes me. And then I started thinking. So, about what, 8,000 years ago, 9,000 years ago, the mammoths kind of, they phoned it in. The mammoths, no more mammoths, right? So then I
Yeah.
started thinking about something. Okay, I want to paint a little scenario, and you guys tell me what you think. So, prehistoric man, North America, captures a baby mammoth. And instead of making a free meal out of him, he raises it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a bull. It's a male. And he earns its trust over many years, right? So now he's got an ally that can help him carry shit. Not only can he carry wood, he can carry wood for the month. Not only can he carry, meat, he can carry all of the meat. He can carry all the supplies. He has the greatest ally to help to protect him. All right? Mammoth tamers. Right? They tamed mammoth. This is hypothetical. This didn't happen now. Everybody don't jump to conclusion. Okay? I know how some people are out there. They'll just hear this. They'll be like, there was no such thing. Calm down. This is a hypothetical. We're using our imagination. So they tame mammoths. Okay? And then he teaches his son. Son, over there where the mammoth roam, we capture baby, we raise it, we breed mammoths. Guess what? Food is no longer a problem because you're breeding mammoths now. We have McMammoths right behind our hut, right? Mammoths. Tons of food, right? All year round, breeding mammoths, right? So let's skip several thousand years later. These people, these mammoth breeders, are now who Christopher Columbus gets to meet when he fucking rolls up with his ship. What do you think? Think it would still go the same way?
I don't believe so, no.
See, that right there, folks, if you don't always think with your stomach, you make better decisions, you'd have fucking mammoths right now. Think about that.
Got to be amazing.
Huh? If we could go back in time and find one of our ancestors and say, hey, that's a baby, why don't you raise it? See those big fuckers over there that you eat all the time? That'll be yours. You'll have that. He'll help you. Huh? And when they pull up in their ships, a couple thousand years later, just run them over with the mammoth. Problem solved. Look at that. Huh? I mean, we won't get horses then, but still.
We have mammoths.
We'll have mammoths. Who gives a shit?
Right?
Even the moose isn't going to screw with a mammoth, or I don't know, maybe moose maybe they're just completely balls out. Like, I don't know. That'd be pretty. I wonder if a moose would sit there and look at a mammoth like, yeah, I could take him. He's big, but yeah, I think I got this. Yeah. So, what do you guys think of that? Imagine mammoth, the evolution and future of a culture that raises mammoths, and then their home being discovered later. What do you think?
But I mean, is it really that far fetched?
No, like you can raise anything and it'd be your ally, but there's always that chance it could turn against you.
Right, but I mean, we do have cultures that raise and ride and use elephants.
Yeah.
Use them in circus and shit.
They used them in war years and years, centuries ago. They used them for war, So maybe
elephants are pretty gnarly.
Yeah.
And we're talking mammoths too. Like, these are like way gnarlier. I was just sitting there thinking that, like, wow, I wonder how things would have been different. Because I mean, you got to think about, okay, so what did like the early discoverers have? Right? They had rifles, right? Or did they? Did they even have rifles yet?
Depends on what culture you're calling the early discoverers.
Let's go Columbus.
I believe they had flintlocks.
I would believe that they had flintlocks back then.
But I could be wrong.
All right. Yep. Matchlock rifles. Okay.
Yeah.
Hand cannons, wrought iron cannons, matchlock rifles. Okay. Flintlocks. Yeah. So
blunderbusts.
Okay. So
I love that. I love a blunderbuss. You know what blunderbuss directly translates to?
Huh.
Thunderpipe. Right?
That's pretty badass.
Right.
So
I just love what they threw whatever they wanted in those things.
yeah, anything.
It's just
Great
like
shot. Whatever.
yeah, they
So
just packed it up and then just threw whatever.
Mhm.
so
Run out
I
of ammo. Throw some hardtack in there and a couple
Yeah.
broken bottles. Yeah.
so you got a blunderbuss, right? You're getting ready to get off the boat. Do you have anything that's going to kill a mammoth?
Yeah, like not.
Is your rifles going to take the mammoth down?
I would say no.
I want to say it would have to have you would
Yeah,
have to be a really good shot to even like. I would say that even if you got the mammoth directly in the head and it
that's
went
a
through its skull,
hell of a skull to get
yeah,
through.
and that's a like I want to say like say it did go through the skull. I still think if you're like you would have to be especially with those guns of that time,
Yeah.
you would have to probably be pretty close. And then even with that happening, it would still have a couple minutes of like cognitive thinking. It would be pissed in pain, and now it's just going to trample anything around it, and then it will fall over.
So the consensus, this question, believe it or not, has come up a lot. The consensus is that on average, people feel that it would take at least a 458 Winchester Magnum to take down a mammoth.
In one shot.
I, I imagine you'd have to still be pretty close. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I could see that.
my thought was it was going to be something in the nitro. You know what I mean? Something big.
Yeah, like a
But
700 nitro or something. Yeah.
But I'm
yeah,
just still saying, like, because the slug that they would use, the ball that they would use in the like matchlock rifles, it was pretty big. It was like what was the normal size of those weapons? The
Well,
actual ball.
the ball. I mean, that's a moot point because
Well,
you
I
can.
know that, but I'm just saying, like, because what was the normal, like, how much gunpowder did they use to actually send that projectile flying and give it enough velocity to actually penetrate anything,
Right. Well,
especially thick shit?
it's not just that too. It's the rifling.
Well, yeah,
So
the
smoothbore
spot
rifle, no matter what you put in it, you're not going to get the same, you
spin
know,
on it.
it won't spin. It'll start
Yeah, it won't.
tumbling.
Yeah, but that's why I was
Yeah.
saying, like, you would have to be pretty close to even really get anything out of it. Uh, to kill anything, like, because no matter what, like, if you're like almost point blank and you put that in its face,
yeah.
I think you could get it through it.
Says the average rifle power of that time, what Christopher Columbus would have most likely had on his ship, would have been probably not more effective than 15 to 20 meters.
Right.
And then beyond that, it would be just like somebody throwing a really hard rock at you. Accuracy wise, I don't think they'd miss a mammoth, but they probably have trouble shooting the rider off. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So yeah, I don't know. My thought was that when I was thinking this whole scenario, I was like, dude, imagine an alternate history, an alternate reality where the Native Americans had raised and made mammoths part of their culture in such a way that they were literally raising them and riding them and using them for industry. You know what I mean? Could you imagine the difference it would have made, even in the prospect of defense, defending themselves? And I thought, wow, man, that one little moment, that if you think about the history of the world, that one little moment probably did happen. It's not so hard, like so far fetched to think that at some point, some group of people might have stumbled across a baby mammoth that was separated from its mother.
I
Or,
mean,
yeah.
by law of probability
yeah,
alone, you know.
But then again, like you would like, why stop there? Why stop at the mammoth? If you had like you were able to say it was years down the road, generations of raising mammoths, somebody's like this. We need something more aggressive.
yeah,
Like when we have our like wolves or dogs or whatever, like But we need something with more strength.
Right?
Why don't we bear? We start raising bears.
Yeah.
Well, they did
Like,
that in Russia.
so that's what I like, kind of like what I'm saying. Say it
Yeah.
would be like kind of a snowball effect.
Right.
But then, like, I feel like this might have actually happened, but there was probably too many casualties in the process. Something happened. Somebody got injured. Something freak accident happened, like where it got spooked.
Yeah.
Tossed the rider. Did this. Did that. It turned on its owners. And then once an animal like that, an actual powerful animal, knows that, okay, why am I protecting this lower weak creature? I can defend myself. So like
Right.
that's kind of like where I feel like, yeah, it could have happened, but I feel like there was a lot of casualties
Yeah.
that
I
hindered
mean,
it from other people trying it.
there's also the idea too is that even if they found a mammoth, it was probably like how would you nurse it? How are you even going to feed this baby mammoth?
That is
Right.
true.
So it was probably one of those. You know, we have tons of evidence that we hunted them. And we even have evidence now showing that we had domesticated dogs helping us hunt them. So there you go. Dogs were easier because we could just feed them meat.
Hmm.
You know, but yeah, it's pretty cool stuff. I don't know. Did you guys? Did you guys see? Did you see what's coming out this coming week? Well, this week, I should say.
Uh, yeah, Tuesday,
Yep,
isn't it?
it's. I think so. What is the date? Let me look here.
It's the 9th right now.
So, is it Tuesday it comes out? Let me pull this up here.
Thought you said the 13th.
Yeah, I just want to double check so I don't tell people wrong. Ooh, it actually says it releases on the 12th online. Release date 12/12. Okay, so what we're talking about out there is the missing 411, the UFO Connection, David Politis. And if you guys out there are interested in this, it's going to continue the show. It's basically a continuation. David's going to show us what he's been up to and how he's continuing this and adding to this whole thing. And hopefully we will be right there right after that happens to get you guys kind of a I don't know, like a reaction or whatever, maybe an after show discussion, for
I
Thursday.
would say more. Yeah, I would say more of a after discussion, because
Yeah,
it's more along the lines like kind of throwing out our theories
yeah,
on the whole missing form, because we've already, like,
yeah.
we just had Rob
Mhm.
on like a couple weeks ago, and he has his own theories about it. If you guys, I don't know, he hasn't we haven't talked to him in a while. I don't think the book is out yet, so
No,
whenever it drops,
we still got to write a review for him.
yeah. So once, like, yeah, definitely check that out, or check that episode out if you haven't heard it, like,
Oh yeah,
cuz we kind of touch base on some of the stuff that he talks about in his book. So, like, but everybody has their own theories around this, and there's going to be more theories to come, even with the UFO connections now. So
absolutely.
be be nice to get our take on it. Especially, I would like to hear Gibbs's take on this.
Oh
This is his
yeah.
area.
Oh yeah. I know we've discussed missing 411 a little bit, but I mean, this is gonna be a brand new one with all like never before seen stuff that he's finally releasing. So it will be cool to have you, you know, put your input in there, Josh, this time. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
definitely.
see what everybody thinks. I'm pretty excited because I know for just the character of David Politis, man, him to actually put the UFO Connection in the title, I think is a big goddamn deal because he usually does not put nothing paranormal, nothing out there, nothing like that. It's usually just a straightforward, here's this, yes, it's mysterious. Yes, it's unexplained, but he doesn't jump to any kind of like, outer worldly theories on anything. It's usually I hate to sound like this, but it's usually assholes like us putting outer worldly theories, to
Yeah.
what we think is going on, and I'm okay with that. Yeah, I'm fine with it. Yeah. So yeah, I'm excited for it. I can't wait, and hopefully you guys out there listening are excited too. And man, I can't wait to get the next episode like recorded. Right after we check it out and go from there. I was wondering like what that's gonna be like. Like, are we gonna be like, oh my god, mind
Mm.
blown?
Yeah, like you were saying, I can't wait to actually hear what what connections does he feel that
Yeah,
would say, like, because like you were saying, it's unexplained, it's mysterious why these happened, as like these people went missing. So
that's what got me
what
as soon as
pushed
I read
him
it. Yeah,
what pushed him to say, okay, this has
yeah,
a UFO, or yeah, like alien, like like a hand in it, in this like this missing person.
yeah.
So like I would like to hit, like I can't wait to hear it. So I'm definitely excited. I can't wait for us to take some time and watch it and see what he says.
I'm excited. That's like I said. It was as soon as I saw that title drop, and I was sitting there. I don't even. I think I discovered this by accident. It just popped up and it was like, "Oh yeah, this is happening on this date." I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "Is this like a podcast about it, or what? What am I looking at? Is this like a Showtime movie they're basing off of it? Like, what are we doing here?" And it was like, "No, this is legit the next one." And I'm like, "Okay, here we go."
If you haven't said it yet, where is it going to be dropping?
Let's see here. Let me see if he's got the information here. I know the official trailer for it is on YouTube. It looks like it's going to be dropping on Prime Video. Am I saying this right? Vimeo or Vimeo?
Vimeo.
Vimeo.
Yeah, Vimeo.
Looks Apple TV, iTunes, and yeah. I don't know if there's any
Nice.
other. There might be
So
some. It looks like
so
it's
it's
yeah.
all streaming services
Looks
that's
like
going to
it.
be.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not, because I thought the originals aired on Discovery Channel or the History Channel or what it was. I can't remember.
I can't either. I thought he released them himself, but I might be
Oh,
wrong to be
I
honest
might,
with
yeah,
you.
I might be wrong too.
I can't remember, but
Because I don't think I watched it on TV, but I thought it did.
yeah. But it's gonna be pretty cool. I'm excited. I mean, with the UFO disclosures and all that, recently, and the abundance of just answers we're getting from that, because the government's just
Yeah,
really really thorough with their
yeah,
explanations.
they
Yeah.
totally opened
Yeah,
up the books.
Yeah, that information release. Whew, that was
yeah.
great. I could have
I
drawn that many black lines on paper.
I know, man. It was
And,
amazing.
I think they only left the word "the" in
Yeah.
UFO.
right, redacted,
That's
In
redacted, redacted,
redacted,
redacted.
redacted.
though, if you think about it,
UAP,
if you
redacted,
guys
redacted.
if you really think about it though, if you're going to release some documents about UFOs, the and UFOs is pretty good. That's a good start
Yeah,
cuz
there's
you're going to need
Hey, it's
those,
official,
you
but
know.
at least it's an official document with the UFO in it, so
That
you know
stuff,
for a fact.
that document was the biggest pile of shit cop out that I've ever seen in my life. Yeah, we got
Yeah.
UFOs, guys. Really? What are they? I don't know.
I
Well, can we read about
don't
it? You
know.
can, but I mean, you're gonna need to be fucking Clark Kent because we've got half of it fucking blacked out.
So, do you guys ever like chase a video or something where an article where it says, these pictures were taken and, it'll talk like I was actually seeing one earlier. I didn't bring it up on the news because it was pointless. Um, of some NASA people saying they got photographs of structures on they believe aliens have been to the moon before us.
Yeah,
They said they had pictures. You know what they did not produce in the article?
pictures.
Pictures.
Yeah,
That's the equivalent of
yeah.
that.
Is
But
they?
Done by
Cause
the
you,
government.
cause you will know what area of the moon that they visited, though.
Oh my god! I just had the greatest idea. Check it out, guys. Give me 1 second here. I'm about to put together. I'm about to put together like a full-on disclosure of my own for UFOs. Okay, hang on 1 second. I just got to grab a couple things here, and I'm gonna draw my equivalent here if I can. If I can, I don't know. I'm not much of an artist, but I'm gonna give it hell. Okay, this is like way more than I bit off a lot more than I could chew here. There we go. And let's we just had a talk with Brian about this very problem, okay? And I think honestly, you know what? I hope Brian watches this and I hope he's taking a big drink of his coffee because I really feel like my UFO proof is about to hit. I'm going to even title this UFO proof.
Man, that's a bold statement.
It is, but you know what? When the proof is in the UFOs.
I think you were about to say the proof is in the pudding.
I could go for some pudding right now.
I love pudding.
I love pudding.
What's your favorite flavor?
I'm chocolate man. I can't go wrong.
I can get down on some chocolate. That's good.
Okay, so here we go.
You know when you're fat. It's when you don't use a spoon. You just open up the pack and you just squirt it into your mouth.
Well, it's kind of like the
Right.
whole Capri Sun thing.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So I'm sending you guys over the proof first, so you can see it before.
Oh man.
The proof.
You guys see it?
I do.
What the heck?
So there you go.
I'm a believer. I'm sold.
There you go. So you guys out there, I'm about to drop this on you, and
Is that Windows XP?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
No, it was a hill in XP.
Or is that Vista?
That looks like Vista.
I don't know. I don't know what you guys mean.
No, wait, no. That's yeah. See, the red circle's already started the argument.
Right,
Yeah,
so,
I'm biased on this information.
Okay, so you guys out there watching, if you haven't noticed it yet, I circled the UFO with a red circle. So there it is. That's my disclosure. That's full UFO disclosure right there. And people are going to give me a lot of shit for this one. I really feel like I'm going to get a lot of flack. So I'm going to go ahead and let me get rid of the moose picture that I still have up here. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to confess. So that was just a picture of the sky that I pulled off Google, and I drew a red circle on it. There's really no UFO there, Tyler. It looks like you're really looking for it.
I'm looking. I wanted
I'm
to give
really
you the
sorry.
benefit of the doubt, man.
No, I just drew a red circle, and that is literally what I think of the disclosure documents is that red circle. Except for if there was a UFO there, it would have had a black square put over it.
Yeah, I could see. Yeah,
Thank you, Uncle Sam. You real big help. Just
real big help.
Huge help. Here, take some of my paycheck.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is
The only thing I would like to I want to ask. I really want to hear some people's theories on this.
Yeah.
What would be the reason to keep this a secret? To keep, if there has been real UFOs, UAPs, whatever you want to call them, or even if we knew, why would you call them UAPs or
Are we allowed to answer
UFOs?
too, or is it just for the
Yeah,
listeners?
yeah. But I want to hear. I want to get some comments and stuff.
Yeah, I get you.
What would be the reason to keep this? Like, is it more along the lines to panic?
People
Yeah,
freaking out. I mean, imagine
So
all the
that's
different
why
systems in play that'll go crashing down. All of a sudden, we know there's other life forms out there. What if they showed up tomorrow and we're like, "Yeah, we created you. We created you guys a few thousand years ago." What are you gonna be like? Nuh-uh. No, you didn't. Uh-uh.
I'm just
So
saying that is exactly what we are. We would do that.
I'm going to go ahead and I'm releasing my document
Uh-oh.
that verifies and proves
The Gibbs files.
Denny's photograph.
Oh my God! So I can upload it to the video here and let the folks see it. Is that what you're telling me, or?
If I can get it to send.
We're
All right.
about to get breaking news from the Gibbs files.
There you go.
Oh my God!
There is the
The
document.
same.
Wow. I can't believe the amount of information I'm getting from this right now as we speak.
Yes. Coming from the North
All right, folks.
California.
All I'm going to say is that I don't know how safe these documents are. If you know,
You better save them right now. Screenshot them.
yeah,
Whatever you got to
we
do.
could be demonetized for releasing this kind of information.
I'm just that would be funny if they they got rid of this and they redacted like
Yeah. So
the
there you go.
they redacted more. They
So
only have 5 words.
it's only a matter of time before we lose one of those words too. So
Yeah.
get them, copied down.
Yeah, get them while it's hot.
Get a typewriter if you need to. Whatever you have to do off grid. Bottles of water, things like that. You're gonna want to get emergency supplies. Get under your table and stop, drop, and roll. Which is all literally probably more useful information than what's in the disclosure documents.
But what do you think? Like, you still feel the same way as Denny does, Gibbs, about like what do you think the reason why they would keep this information? Do you think like would anybody lean on the fact that aliens never visit us? These UFOs or UAPs are not even real. Like there is something to be explained. Some military drones or whatever may be. Like
So I think it's sort of a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation.
yeah,
So if the government does have information that they have not told us and they keep not telling us, then people are going to say that the government has information they're not telling us. Now, if the government has information that they are telling us, but it's not the information people want to hear, then the government has information they're not telling us. You see what I'm saying? It's like it doesn't matter what they put out, nobody's going to listen to them anyways.
Yeah. So it's just
Yeah.
perpetuating on just what, nothing.
but no
Pretty
matter
much,
what,
yeah.
but I would give them the benefit of the doubt if they at least tried and not give this bullshit of this literally black line bullshit.
Yeah,
Like if they gave, if they at least gave us like they didn't even give us a paragraph, let alone a
They
sentence.
didn't give us shit.
No, there's actually a lot more information from released documents from other countries.
Yeah.
That's where I find most of the stuff that I've ever said on the show is released documents from other countries, and then the released videos. Because again, nobody knows what's in the videos,
Right.
and I think that's a lot of it. Is I honestly like I don't think the government knows,
Right.
and I think it makes it look like they know more, like maybe they got more control when they release what information they choose to release.
I think you're onto something right there. Maybe they have evidence of unidentified like UFOs, UAPs, but they literally don't know what the fuck they are, and they're terrified.
To say they don't.
I gotta.
Yeah,
what's
but
more scary?
they're basically saying that they do know them to basically make it sound like they have it under control if there is something.
Exactly. That's 100%.
You cheeky bastard, you.
Yep, that's exactly my
Wow,
point. It makes
that's
it
a gear
feel
turner.
like gives you the warm fuzzy feeling that the government
It's like a
actually
weighted.
has it.
It's like a weighted blanket. I
Yes.
feel secure. Like since
Yeah.
I sleep alone, I have nobody, but I have the government.
Right.
The government
Exactly.
helps. Yeah, they keep me safe from aliens.
And in general, people don't focus on more than one thing at a time, you know? So
That is
they're not
true.
thinking about the fact that this is also the people that completely fucked up a gas can. You know?
Yeah, that's true.
Like,
Yeah.
do you want the same people that decided taking the vent off of a container that pours liquid in control of the information, pertaining to UAPs or even contact with UAPs? I could list you probably 50 other agencies or groups of people that I would put in charge of that before the US government.
I,
They did. They fucked up the gas can, you know. They
Yeah.
fucked up all kinds of shit. They're still doing it. So do we trust them? I mean, do we trust them with, you know?
why should I be concerned?
Do what?
What?
Huh?
Uh. Oh, God dang it! I lost my train of thought. Like he threw me for a loop there.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, when I watched it, when I heard the thing was coming out the first time, I was so excited because I'm like, oh my god, here we are, here we are, here we fucking go. We're about to learn the goddamn truth, you know. And then, slowly but surely, I was like, this is a huge waste of fucking time. Holy crap!
Yep.
Like, wow, what a monumental waste of time. And you have to be careful. You have to be careful, like, what you talk about, you know, like what you say, what you talk about, because you'd hate for that dreaded black box to just go slipping right over you, you know, in the middle of a podcast. Uh-oh. Oh, God. I think we better say goodbye, guys. We're being blocked out by the government, I think. You guys out there, sorry. False alarm. False alarm. It's gone. I made my own censor box, and I was sitting there censoring us.
Oh,
But yeah, I don't know. I'm really curious though. Like, all jokes aside, I am curious about this missing 411 and what that entails.
Yeah.
And I can't wait. I can't wait to see. You know, just what, the other day, Sasquatch Odyssey. I just listened to his. He did an episode on the missing 411. It was really cool. Highly recommend. It's pretty badass. Actually, wait a minute. You know what? I think it was that might have been the true crime Odyssey. Brian's got so many Odysseys, man. Let me look it up. That way I can plug the right one, because it was really good, man. I was glued. Like, I was driving around delivering, dude, and I'm sitting there like I hate to admit it, but
What if we find out that like his middle name is Odysseus? Like he was just named after, what is it? Was it Greek?
yeah.
Odysseus? Like, yeah.
Here it is.
And
It's
that's what it is. He's just using that as a title for everything.
Total Crime Odyssey, True Crime Odyssey, episode 40, Missing 411, Strange Disappearances. Highly recommend. It was really good. I was glued, and I actually freaked myself out listening to it, to be quite honest with you. I'm not ashamed to admit that. I had my earbud in, I'm listening to it, and I'm enjoying it, you know. I went to throw something in a garbage can, and something, like the wind blew, and something fell, and I'm like, ah! And then I had to look around, like, nobody heard that, right? Nobody looked, so I was like, okay, that didn't happen. And then, I just admit it on the show, so I'm completely going against. But yeah, you guys want to give them their day and get the hell out of here, because I feel like I'm making them dumber by listening to my nonsense.
I think I think that was my doing tonight.
What's that?
That was my doing to make them dumber tonight. I spilled a lot of nonsense.
Hey,
I don't know.
that's
I
what we
had
do.
to read, paperwork from somebody that's far superior intelligence than we are. So
Didn't he have a Nobel Prize too? He's a
yeah,
Nobel Prize winner too.
Just
yeah.
think, though, while you
Tried
were
to read
reading
that on the spot.
while you were reading that, you basically had a Nobel Prize too.
Is that how that works?
I'm just saying, I don't know the science behind this, but it feels
No.
like
I'm just
No.
saying that guy should know the science behind it.
Yeah, Nobel proxy. I like it.
I love it. Perfect.
I'm blurry. Oh, okay.
Yep.
I'm back.
You have blurred a couple times tonight. I noticed it, but it was really quick, so I didn't think it was.
They keep censoring him.
They are. They're after
Oh,
him
yeah.
for bringing up all these theories.
Oh, why am I being censored? Oh
All
god.
right. Before Tyler gets censored by the government, we'll see you guys on the next one. You take care of each other out there. We're all each other has.
Mwah.
See you guys.
Walking through the woods one dark and stormy night. You're looking kind of pale, my friend. Are you sure you're alright? This is where all the evil things they live, you know. And if you're here to find out what you're made of, it's here they'll find your bones. As I walked on, I began to realize in the darkness I'm surrounded by